And welcome back to LinkedIn Logs, the business podcast, job podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Here we are, episode, what? I don't know what's going on with these windows right now. Hold on, sorry. There's so much going on, and I'm wearing one contact, and it's because all my contacts have died. I can't buy any more because I don't have any money to buy contacts. Okay, here we go. Everything's back in order. Here we are, episode 21. Today is the second day of... Oh, I should probably turn on the timer because I do need to leave after this. Second day of my new part-time job, which is maintenance person at a park. That's very true. Here we are doing that job, and it's so funny. First of all, I'm tired of talking. I'm so sick of talking, and I'm so sick of explaining who I am. But yesterday was the first day. Yesterday, the 23rd, when I was supposed to record this show and put it out on Tuesdays. I have a whole new schedule for C Plus Comedy, which I guess I can discuss. I mean, it's nothing important or fun. Just a stupid thing. Whoa, Notion updated. Excuse me. Notion updated. This is the application that I use for what's it called? What is it for notes and stuff? Notion updated. It's got a dark theme. It's black. All right. That's very interesting. Okay. And there's a thing called Notion Calendar, which I knew about. Anyway. Yeah, okay, we got it. Here we go. And Notion's now completely... There's a dark theme. I like dark themes on my my phone and my computer because mostly I hate seeing the light. Okay, anyway, I'll go back to what I'm talking about. But the schedule is Monday is supposed to be news time. I have 2 recorded. I understand. I need to put them out. I just have not got around to editing. News time is back. News time is like my daily show. It's not funny. It's not good. That's why I stopped it for a year. LinkedIn Logs, audio and video on Tuesday. Wednesday has the interviews, which you will see a new interview maybe today on the Constitutionals and under youtube.com/evilscomedy. And Thursday, speaking of Constitutionals, is that show that has been moved to Thursdays instead of Fridays. And Fridays is late night lately because it was too hard to record 2 podcasts in one day. Anyway, so now we're in late night. What is this? LinkedIn Logs. Anyway, I had my first day of that job. 2.5 minutes in. I had my first day of that job, and it was okay. You know, they call it full time if they give you more than 30 hours, but they can pay you as little as they want. I didn't know. I've never had a full time position that paid so little. It's not an indictment on them. I just don't think you could use the words full time. Also, I realized that I used the phrase, it's not an indictment. But it kind of is. But I mean, you know, it's just another thing to have. I'll tell you about the job. I typically am, I mean, you know, what it is, it's maintenance. So I'm just I'm cleaning and fixing things. And that's truly what it is. And every person I met, they're nice. I'm not here to say anything mean. They're nice people. They love their jobs. A lot of them have been there for years, decades even, which is great for them. That's fantastic. And it that makes me think, okay, well, at least that's something. That's promising. And they are also excited to have me there. Which is nice. It's nice to be wanted, at least. The position if you live in an apartment complex, it's pretty much that, but for a park type of thing. I'm not being too specific because I don't know if I can. Speaking of things I don't know if I can, I know for a fact that I only have a gigabyte of space left on this computer, so I think I have to cut this video short at some point. I have to keep it tight, baby. And so the position is, I'm going around and fixing things, maintaining things, making sure things are up to, not code, but up to snuff for the people that are going to use them. And it is relatively boring. There's a lot of rules. You can't use your phone. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I've been in jobs where it's like you can't use your phone. There was one job I applied to a couple of months ago. It was a security position at Delta, and the young lady interviewing me, who probably was younger than me, if not my age, she said one of the requisites for the job is, and this is, and I'm at a point where I'm just frustrated with everything, which is pretty much every day of my life. And she goes, one of the requisites of the job is you can't use your phone for, the 8 or 9 or 10 hours that you're working. And even though you'll be working by yourself and alone in the quiet at like 2 a.m. And I just looked her in the eye and I was like, look, man, I'm 30 years old. I'm going to use my phone when I want. I know you're not supposed to talk like that, but come on, man. She was like, you're going to make $12 an hour, not 10. You're going to make $12 an hour. And for 10 hours, you're going to, like, I'm supposed to be sitting there in this patrol booth, hands clasped, just watching outside the window. And it wasn't like real security. It's not like, their security guys at security people rather at Warner Brothers. Those are to some extent police officers. And and now you, like, for this you just be wearing like a polo and some black pants and a hat, and making sure people who are coming to the parking garage are supposed to be there. All right, cool, go ahead. Anyway, it's a fine position. The maintenance thing's a fine position. And it's just, you have to everybody's like, oh, so where are you coming from? Or the people who have looked at your resume, which in my case is a lot of people looked at my resume there, and they go, so you typically, and you'll see this is, if you're watching the video, you'll see that the flannel I'm wearing is not buttoned up all the way, and the sleeves aren't buttoned up. I just threw this on top of the shirt the undershirt that I'm going to put on. I'll put on my sweatshirt before I leave for work in 10 minutes. And everybody was looking at the resume and they're like, so why do you want to be here? I'm going, guys, I go, this is the only thing that even would give me a look. So I accepted the position. And no one is less excited when they hear that. Oh, you took this out of necessity. I mean, yeah, but it's just, that's what happens. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just like, yeah, this is what I have to do at this point. So there you go. And then you might ask yourself, why is Chad doing this? Has he ever done this type of work? And yes, I've done every type of job there is, save for watching children, childcare and construction, which I've done a lot of blue collar jobs. So I would say that I've tangentially been involved in construction. And less so for childcare. I've, watched animals and taken care of animals. And so the pet care is kind of child care, especially when someone doesn't want to have children. I just finished. This is speaking as a huge aside. I just finished Uncharted 4 last night. It took me about 2 years to beat. I mean, there's a whole thing. You know, it was on PlayStation 4, and then they did an upgrade thing for PS5. So then I got the PS5 upgrade, and it's just a much better game on PS5. You can use anyway. It's on the controller stuff is really cool. Anyway, and I beat it last night, and the main character Nathan Drake, who the actor I've met before, I have a picture with him. And then his wife, Elena. But the entire game, you know, they're fighting because he lied to her about going on this one last adventure, and then he found his old brother, and blah blah blah. And at the end of the game, you know, he's like Nathan Drake is like a 40-something-year-old man, and his wife is in her 40s as well. Here's a woman, I can't talk about her age. But at the end of the game, they're just playing Crash Bandicoot on their PlayStation 1, and they've just bought this company that Nathan works for, this diving company, deep sea diving adventure company, and I just thought, man, these kids they don't have children. These people don't have children, and it's not like a story point. It's not a moment. You know, they just don't have children, and there's no discussion, and I love it. I think that's wonderful. More people. We shouldn't be forced to talk about having kids all the time. This guy just came from a wedding this past weekend, and when I say all of my friends are married, I'm not kidding. All of my friends are married and probably have children, and it's ridiculous. And I'm just, I'm like, oh, I gotta make, minimum wage so I can afford my apartment and food and feed my pets. Everybody's got different versions of fulfilled lives. Is mine fulfilled? No, it's not. But the point is, I'm trying, and that's the bigger point here is that I'm trying. You know, sometimes you draw the short end of the straw, short end of the stick, and right now, I got the short end. One day I'll have the long end. If you're wondering if I'm watching Warner Brothers things, I'm not watching as much Max as I should probably be watching for paying $20 a month. And I am watching a fair amount of CNN, but it's so interesting to see poorly directed cues or poorly produced packages, or poorly cued things, not poorly produced packages, because that comes from the reporter. And knowing that control room for the shows I've worked on are just, forgive my phrasing, crapping the bed. Just saying. And yeah, I'm bitter. Who cares? You should, as much as people talk about their mental health and what goes on in their heart and all that crap, I should be able to talk about how I hold grudges and how that drives me every single day. Every single day. When I'm hitting that boxing bag on Thursdays, oh, you better believe. Sorry, it sounded like one of the animals was throwing up. That's what happens when you own animals. I assume that's what happens when you have children. I'll never know. I'll never know at this point. I'll be single for the rest of my life. But I'll have 2 pets. And at least 3 video game consoles. Yeah, I can't see Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo pulling out of that race anytime soon. Oh, my life. And I just, I just love grudges, and those are the things that keep me going. It gets the blood flowing. I think I did just quote, oh God, what is that movie? Blades of Glory? I think that's a movie. Will Ferrell, John Heater. At the height of John Heater's fame. This is a job podcast. Now, where am I at in terms of applications to jobs? Not the application, not the defunct podcast I used to do. I am still applying to jobs at Warner Bros. Discovery. I just recently found out I did not get a position that if there was an offer that day, those people were like, they could have done it, like truly, if they won an offer that day. And it was I'll just say it. CNN news source. I don't give a shit. CNN news source. Those people. I met with the people there, and they were very excited. We were very informal in our conversations. We were having fun. We were having a nice time. I gave them great answers, and then we met before Christmas, and then I emailed them. I think like the next day or the following Monday, and said, "Hey, I had a nice time. I'm still excited. Blah blah blah. Do all that BS that people are supposed to do." And then, like January 5th, didn't get the job. The day before that big day. Oh, January 6th. You know where I was? I was at the Capitol, ready to go. I'm kidding. I'm not a white man with a beard and a baseball hat and driving a truck. I've been applying still. And unfortunately, it looks like I have to kind of rejigger my my jobs on LinkedIn somehow, because first, there's not a lot of television or film jobs in the first place. Second, every job that is suggested to me, whether it's remote or hybrid, or hiring in your network, or still hiring, or jobs where you're a top applicant, they are, even if it's remote, located in Bumtown, Washington, across the states. They're in Oklahoma. They've got, or it's like based in New York. Even if it's remote, it's like based in New York still. And they require 5 years of experience. There's no such thing as they're not even television jobs for some reason. And a lot of them are co-founder positions. And if you look at the people who are posting those, they're not even located in the United States. So I'm thinking, what is this co-founder business? It's just another scam thing. And then they all have 100+ applicants, and they were posted 40 days ago, or they were posted 2 hours ago, and now they have 700 applicants. It's just all of this is fake. All of this is, I just dislike this so much. Oh, why don't you move? It's easier said than done. Have you thought about pivoting? Yeah, honey, I've done it. I've done everything everybody's going to suggest to me, ever. Trust me. I know. It's still tough out there. It sucks. And to come to LinkedIn where someone's like typing some fake crap about their life. I decided I'm going to start commenting on things on LinkedIn. And when someone says something so disgustingly abnormal, I woke up this morning and I was thinking of how horses are the strongest animals, and how I relate to a horse. I'm going to comment on those. You're stupid. And I want people to see it. I don't care anymore. Jason Kelce used to be, this is one I just scrolled down on. Jason Kelce, here's a picture. There's two different pictures of Jason Kelce. One where he's at Cincinnati, and one where he's with the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. Played 13 seasons, won a Super Bowl. Like, how does this relate to, like, what is, anyway, okay. And then I applied to, most recently I applied to a job at someone in my network posted something in regards to a job at CNN, and there were like 6 comments on it. And they were off, like, here's a job at this section. And then I saw somebody post, I applied, blah blah blah, and then under the job poster was like, hey, send me your resume. I went, okay, well maybe I'll do this. So me and another young lady, we both like, hey, we applied, I applied, blah blah blah, no response. And then the person who also didn't get a response looked at my profile twice and then just started following me. I'm gonna see whatever he applies to. Oh my gosh! I bring up the story because I now see this person. This person and I should not be applying to the same jobs, because she She is applied to a UX design job. I don't know why she was applying to a producing job at CNN, but she did work at CNN before because I did look at her profile. You ever see somebody attractive on LinkedIn and just go, let me look at their profile? Hey, listen, if you like what you heard here, I got to go to work. Head to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where you can see me talk to famous people. If you want to see how good I am at interviewing, how good I am at holding a conversation, I can hold a conversation with myself for 20 minutes. I can do it for 40 with another person. Then go to cpluscomedy.com where I talk to people. My newest interview is going to be with the cast of In the Know, J. Cameron Smith. You've seen her on Succession. Carl Tart. You've seen him on Grand Crew. Other people. Zach Woods. You've seen him on The Office and not Veep. Was he on Veep? I don't think so. The Office and other shows. He's a very funny. Oh, it's Silicon Valley. Yeah. So check out. And then I talk to other people too. So that interview is coming out soon. Under the interviews on youtube.com/cpluscomedy, or if you want to listen to audio, go to the Constitutionals podcast feed. Wherever you get your podcasts, there's also Late Night Lately, which is the late night show podcast where I talk about late night shows. And then it looked like I was rubbing my eyes in frustration. No, I'm just tired. And then what else? Late Night Lately. And those, you can watch video versions of those podcasts of everything I do. Video versions of everything. It's on youtube.com/cpluscomedy. You can follow us on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook at cpluscomedy and Instagram at cpluscomedy. Me at Chad Black White. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you and have a wonderful day.